Picture the scene. You're a HR manager giving evidence in the employment tribunal. You're being cross-examined about what guidance documents you took into account when dealing with the matter. Wouldn't it be great if you could reel off every document that you could reasonably have been expected to look at? We thought it might be useful to summarise the main background and guidance documents that we would expect someone to have reviewed. The first one is obvious, but sometimes missed: the contract of employment. It is an important document when determining so many of the issues that we deal with on a daily basis. Things like bonus entitlement, or whether an individual can be asked to carry out certain duties, or move their place of work, or change their hours. Policies. Again, this should hopefully be obvious, but in our experience, they can be forgotten. When dealing with a grievance, you should check the grievance policy to know what procedure to follow. When dealing with a disciplinary matter, you should check the disciplinary policy to identify the procedure to be followed, and also for any suggested sanctions. You should also check any other relevant policies that you have in place. In dealing with cases of unfair dismissal or involving grievances, the Employment Tribunal is required to consider whether the ACAS Code of Practice on Disciplinaries and Grievances has been followed. The Tribunal can uplift compensation by up to 25% if there have been an unreasonable failure to follow the Code of Practice. So it's a very important document in many cases. There are also ACAS codes of practice in other areas, for example, on handling flexible working requests or on settlement agreements. When dealing with issues of equality and discrimination in the workplace, the Equality and Human Rights Commission's Code of Practice on Employment is a very good starting point. It is written in a clear style with lots of simple case studies, and it's an excellent resource. For example, where a worker is requesting a reasonable adjustment due to a disability, it can be useful to look at the relevant sections in the code, which set out the factors for employers to take into account and gives examples of various adjustments. In our experience, where claims are made, if the employer can show that it has referred to the relevant documents and taken them into consideration, they stand in a much better place to defend claims.